Hey guys, Stealth here, and welcome back to Cold Waters, where the Sea Wolf just spent 126 hours in port. She's now fully repaired, she's fully restocked, but there's a very good chance that the mission that I got, which I got off screen, is now gone. I was tasked with finding a couple of missile-guided or missile boats heading in the Norwegian Sea, probably towards the Atlantic, but I spent 126 hours in port. That is well over 5 days. So that means that there's a very good chance that those guys have already escaped. Now, as for weapons, I decided to forgo any land attack missiles. I have a whole bunch of anti-ship missiles. I have 34 torpedoes and 4 Mosses. And with that, we should have plenty of firepower to take down, well, I'm not going to say the rest of the Russian Navy, but at least a significant portion of it. Anyway, briefing. Review orders. Transiting south in the Norwegian Sea towards the North Atlantic convoy routes. Where exactly they are beats me. That could be them, but they were heading south in the Norwegian Sea, so I'm thinking like that. Possibly. Oh, heck, no, that's a surface group. Where are they? Where are they? Yep, discouraged that the mission could not be carried through. Well, I was a bit damaged. Subs attack. North Atlantic or transatlantic convoys have suffered attacks from enemy submarines in the Norwegian Sea. Yeah, well, that happens. We are sinking tenders again. Arkhangelsk to Barents. Let's go and greet these guys. If we're lucky, we might be able to catch them just as they're transiting that area near Arkhangelsk. Let's see. Let's switch to slow patrol speed. Hang on, is that you? The ones that we're looking for. Battle stations. Jesus, it's shallow here. 222 feet? I have no room to play with here. Slow to 5 knots. Make your course 030. Good. Let's listen out to Sierra 1. Sierra 1 re-established. What's the situation here? Decibel 75? That means that the ambient noise is really low. So everything is going to be detected by us. But we are also more likely to be detected by them. I'm thinking that might be the Ugra, considering it has a pretty strong profile. I wouldn't be surprised if this is an escort. I'm thinking another Grisha. 38, 43. Where is number 3? Because there's usually 3 of you.
Sierra 2, last bearing 293. Contact faded.
I don't like this much. I don't like escorts randomly disappearing like that. Come on, Grisha. Get back here. %on these Sierra 1 contacts.
Sonar new contact bearing.
Sierra 3?
Designated Sierra 3.
Oh, really? Sierra 3 is making a ton of noise. How did we not detect this thing before?
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as escort.
Unless it was hiding pretty much behind the Ugra. That's a possibility. If it is a cannon, it's well, currently pretty far away. Making a course change back to about due north to try and find them again. I cannot really speed up, can I? Can I make 15 knots? 21 knots? Wow, I'm still not cavitating at 21 knots?
Maneuvering eye.
I like that. Carry on. I'm going to make a bit of maneuvers and try to listen out once we're there. That's another 16,000 yards further ahead. Sprint and drift. Sprint and drift, in case you're not familiar with that term, means that a submarine just sprints ahead and then cuts, well, basically cuts part engines. It basically slows down and just listens out, at which point it's going to be really, really quiet.
Make turns for.
So I'm going to not make any turns,
Knots. Maneuvering
hoping I
eye.
can hear them.
Con sonar regained
There's the
contact
cannon.
On Sierra 3, bearing 296. Con sonar regained
There's the
contact
Ugra.
On Sierra 1, bearing 285.
What the hell is a cannon even armed with? Okay, he's armed with a Seawiz defense system, so firing an anti-ship missile at him is probably not my best choice. 75%.
Con sonar
Lost him.
contact. Sierra 3, last bearing 3.
What about the Ugra? 50%.
Contact faded.
There's the Grisha. Wow, are you guys really so close? No, you're not. Alright. Whoa. Not 28. 21's fast enough.
2, 1 knots.
I need to get closer. Otherwise they're out of torpedo range. If they're out of torpedo range, I'm going to have to switch to missiles. And I switch to missiles, there's a good chance that I get hit. Especially in water this shallow. I mean, I have a test depth of, what, 1,400 feet? I can go deep. But not if there is nowhere to go. Alright, make turns for 0 knots. Ugra re-established.
Maneuvering eye.
Where are your escorts?
Con sonar regained
Cannon.
contact on Sierra 3, bearing 294.
Ugra. Ugra's pretty certain. 24,000 yards. Ooh. I'm not sure my torpedoes can hit that far. Okay.
Make turns for 5.
Wheel sailing in a tight formation today. There's the cannon. Confirmed at 18,000 yards.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing 3.
Alright, we're going to be switching to missiles. I have no harpoons, so we're going to be switching to Tomahawk anti-ship missiles. It's going to take me a while to load those. There, I'm shallow enough. You know what, I'm going to change my tactics a little bit.
Sonar regained contact on passing 100 feet.
I'm going to be committing sacrilege here. I'm going to go active on radar. The reason is that once I fire these missiles, I get detected anyway. So I might as well have a very good idea of what I'm firing at. Raise the radar mast. Now they know exactly where I am, but I also know exactly where they are. 1, 2, 3. Increase speed to flank.
Make turns for 3. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
We're cavitating, yep, well, that's unfortunate. That's my missile
Contact.
killing the Ugra.
Last bearing 314. Contact breaking up.
Where are my other missiles? Did the cannon and the Grisha shoot down those things? Really? I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Reload tubes 1, 2, and 3. Make turns to 21. No longer cavitating. We have re-established with the cannon. Make turns for 5 knots.
Turns for 5 knots.
The cannon is now rushing my way, by the looks of it. Do they have a helo? They do not have a helo. That's good news.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
56, 58, 61, 66%, 70%, 80%, 90. Whoo, you're close. I guess you really want my guts after killing your protection, or after killing your
Aye, sir.
intended protective detail. What do you call that? Your principal, I think that's the term that security usually uses.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Yeah, you're toast.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure home.
Con, sonar.
Bye.
Contact.
That's him done.
Master, 3.
How about the
Left
Grisha?
2, 5, 4.
I imagine that's a little bit more tricky considering he's close to the wreck. But he seems to be making more noise than the wreck. Which is good news for me. There he is. Come rushing my way, son.
Shoot tube 5.
See what that gets you. I have a nice steel fish coming your way.
Con, torpedo room, tube 4 ready. Con, fire control.
And you're running.
Sonar.
Noisemaker, bye. Dead. Now I'm speeding these things up because you pretty much know what's going to happen anyway. You pretty much know that whatever happens, that torpedo is going to hit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
Leave. Oh, we missed an Akula 1. Well, anyway, we sunk the ability to replenish them. NATO naval push, operating unopposed. Yeah. They can now operate, or the enemy can no longer operate in the Barents Sea, due to reasons that remain classified. Oh, really? Oh, beautiful. We have to go and get a SEAL team at Holy Loch. So we have to go back and then sail into Arkhangelsk and stay undetected and release the SEAL team. Sure. I really don't like those missions. They're tedious, they're boring, you don't get to fire a single shot, and you're basically just waiting for your boat to arrive at the intended location. SEAL team delivery, yeah, I understand that it's a part of the submarine's task, but really? It's quiet in the Norwegian Sea today, by the way. Not a single target detected. Right, sunk almost 180,000 tons. Rearm and repair. Bring the SEAL team on board. The beauty of it is, while the SEAL team takes up the same amount of room that it normally does, I can still have some of my weapons. So I can still have 3 anti-ship missiles and 5 torpedoes. I'm going to switch these things out to... Okay, I guess I'm not going to switch them out. Not working. Is the SEAL team on board? Yeah, now it's on board. Okay, rearm, repair, cast off, anchors away. Right, so we have 5 torps and 3 missiles. That should be plenty, especially considering that I'm not really supposed to be fighting anyone, as I'm not supposed to be detected while I'm on my way there. The advantage that I have is that Seawolf is one of the quietest boats out there. So that should allow me to stay undetected, at least for a good while. Right, almost there. Arkhangelsk is all the way into that... I'm not even sure what you call that. Inlands? Is that the easiest way to call it? Ooh! Surfs group. What do we have? Contact, bearing 01. 300. What are we dealing with here? Not a submarine, that's much is clear. Cannon? Maybe? Where's the SMS? Listen in. Detection threshold is close. But he is surely not at 93,000 yards. I refuse to believe that. He has at bearing 300. Nothing out there as far as I can tell. No, I think we're fine.
Down scope.
We can actually leave combat. It's a Crested 2 and a Krevac 1. Yes, sir. Resume your actual mission objective immediately. Hey, these guys were coming at me. It's not like I picked a fight with them. Wait for that plane to come by. Here we are. Battle stations. Alright, where are we and where we need to go? Pretty much... What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zones. So that's about 48,000 yards and then some. We have a target off to our starboard. Conditions here. 400 feet depth. Well, I've had worse. There's plenty around here. Judging how noisy that thing is, that could be a freighter of some type or description. Correction, Krevac 1. Bloody hell, Sierra 5 already. Well, we're just gonna have to try and avoid all of these things. That's an Andishan. That's assumedly another Andijan. Sierra 3. Could be another Andijan. It would make sense. I mean, we are close to port. That could be a Riga. Let's go a little deeper.
Passing 200 feet.
The game seems to be stuttering a bit. That's new. Are there really that many contacts around? Is that starting to overwhelm the game? Right, so we just need to get there. That's all. It's going to take me a fair time to get there. The Riga is patrolling there. The Andijan, Sierra 5 is moving off to the east. Conditions still 400 feet. If only the map would be as adequate or as accurate as subcommand, that would really help me with predicting where I can and cannot go safely. Oh, it's a trawler. My bad. Looks like they have a good haul so far. Well, if we're hungry, we can always sink that thing and pick up anything that they leave behind. There's another trawler. This is pretty much an anti-submarine trawler. That Riga right there. Riga only has a passive sonar. It's not that dangerous. A couple of torpedo tubes, Z-65s, RBU-2500s. Those are annoying. The RBU-2500s are basically rocket launch depth charges. And then we have the B-34 guns. This is just a destroyer. Alright, I'm going to head a little bit west. Increase speed to 21 knots. As everybody's moving out of the port, I might be able to sneak in right through the middle of them. Because the trawler's making a lot of noise, Sierra 4's making a lot of noise. It's just the Krevac and the Riga that I need to worry about. And that helicopter, come to think of it. A little bit of a turn. Come south. Bearing 180. Correction, course 180. That's exactly where we need to go. We're going to slow down again, listen out for contacts.
5 knots.
I want to know where they are. What do we have? What can we hear? Nothing? That would be unusual. It's not like we suddenly lost the noise signatures of all of these contacts. I don't trust that. Not at all. Something else is going on here. "45-degree turn port." Still nothing. Going to course 225. That's 45 degrees the other way. Nothing there? Okay. I'm hearing an active sonar from what seems to be the Krevac, judging by its direction. Let's make for 170. Put us back on our original course. I know our original course was 180, but 170 is going to put me back on pretty much the line that I was heading in. So, anyway, let's see if we can extrapolate his location. It looks pretty good, because he cannot see land. So if he's out there anywhere, he's out there to sea, somewhere there. Meaning I already passed him. That's interesting. Increase to 21 knots.
Make turns for 2.
We are still
Maneuvering eye.
32,000 yards out. Time acceleration.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 2, 1 knots.
These boring missions. Anybody brought a pack of cards? Just to keep the crew entertained. Now, are there any things I can explain about submarine conflict while we're waiting? Nothing really comes to mind. I'd say helicopters are by far your worst enemies, because they can go and pop up anywhere and you don't really detect them. It's more of a courtesy of the game to show you the helicopter, because it doesn't show you where the helicopter is on the map. You don't know. So a helicopter, definitely a problem. Other than that, aircraft. Especially in the NATO form, the P3 Orion could be a very nasty contender if you're a submarine. P3 Orions drop sonobuoys, either active or passive ones, and they can just keep dropping sonobuoys for hours. They can keep spotting you if you're in a submarine for a very, very long time. And of course, while they can carry some weaponry of their own, they are also very much capable of bringing in reinforcements from, say, helicopters or ships or any other anti-submarine carrying platforms, and they can then mess you up through the use of their allies. And there is nothing that you can do to shoot it down. Despite, I believe, there were some submarines who did have anti-air, and of course... Oh, you have to be shitting me. Minefields? Beautiful. I believe there have been some submarines with tests for anti-air. Not like what I'm doing in From the Depths, where you just have significant portions of anti-air that you can build onto your boat. That's not how that works in real life. Now, one of these targets does not quite line up. Is that the trawler, maybe? Chilkin, Dobna, Kazbek, Andajan, trawler, yep.
Con sonar Sierra 4 is classified as merchant.
Now we picked up one mine. Where's the rest of the mines? I wonder. I think that's the mine right there. There's another mine. Can we pass through these? How far are they apart? About a little over 2,000 yards. There's one, I think. Where's the mine? That's one. And I'm pretty much heading directly for the other one. There's the other one. So we can squeeze this submarine through. Something... Oh, there's a lot more of them. Yeah. Something is messing with my time acceleration, though. Bloody hell, there's a whole line of these things. This is going to be interesting. We're going to have to avoid these somehow. Because I don't feel too confident trying to pass through these two mines, for example. Could be a bit too close. I wouldn't be surprised if there's another mine right there. So we can still find that helicopter. Huh. Now it can see land. Increasingly more so. On one side. The helo might be there. Might be spotting that side. Not sure. There seems to be nothing behind it. Yeah, let's hope that that's not going to be a problem. Is there a gap here? Can we use that? There's some more. That gap right in front of me might be big enough for the Seawolf to squeeze through. Let's hope that it is. Because turning around here is not going to be pretty. Bit more, bit more, bit more. We're through. Perfect. Do you like your minefield now? Not too effective, is it? Holy shit, what are those? Oh snap, are those mines? Oh, that's close. I'm a bit unfortunate that my high frequency sonar did not detect those.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1.
Jesus.
0, 1.
Please tell me I'm not actually inside a minefield, but that I just passed through it. Because I sure as hell am not going out the same way I came in. Well, that gets excited. Good. I think we're through. I think we're through. Alright. Let's see where our helicopter-borne friend is. Going back out to sea, I guess.
Con
Okay, a little more.
lost contact. Sierra 4. Last bearing 3, 1, 7. Contact faded.
If I'm not mistaken, then we need to be at periscope depth in order to drop off that SEAL team. So let's start losing a bit of depth here. Distance for about 6,000 yards, give or take a few.
Passing 200 feet.
A little bit more. We're still at 5 knots. Still very quiet. We should be fine.
Con sonar regained contact on. Sierra
Suddenly these
4,
trawlers are coming back into view.
313.
Depth 120 feet, 110 feet, 100.
Passing 100 feet.
Hold at about 80. Carry on. A little more. What's that, 4,000? Give or take. $60 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra
Lost the
5,
trawler, that's fine.
bearing.
I think there are quite a few objects in this mission, so that's why the game is starting to lag with time acceleration. Normally it looks really, really smooth, but now it just starts to lose FPS. Alright, we're pretty much inside the zone. Let's go to periscope depth. 50 feet. I'm going to very, very briefly raise the ESM mast. And maybe snap some pictures for the people back home.
Raise
ESM?
the ESM mast. Lower the ESM mast.
Okay, so we are below detection threshold. What can we see? Hello, Arkhangelsk. Where there is nothing but a bunch of trees. That's a trawler? Sierra 1? No, that's the Riga. Alright, the rest of the area seems clear. Alright, downscope.
Downscope.
And so, without any incidents, short of running into a minefield, we dropped off our SEAL team. Spec Ops team is away. Now, does that mean we can just leave the mission? By the way, can we see the Spec Ops team?
Upscope.
In subcommand, you can. Spec Ops, where'd you go? Okay, so they use some sort of transporter to get ashore by the sound of it. Alright,
Downscope.
so now we can leave, yes? Undetected. A Poltava. That's a freighter, I think. SEAL team are in, and now in business. Thank you. And they are blowing shit up. Military installations in and around Arkhangelsk, Russian Federation, have sustained extensive damage in what have been called a series of guerrilla raids by NATO special forces. With no sign of diminishing, these raids continue to hamper local Russian operations. Perfect. Next, we are coming back to Holy Lock for repairs and replenishments, but we're going to be doing that next episode, as this one has gone on for long enough. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you'd like me to try and sink next. And I think we're actually coming closer and closer to the end of this campaign, because we're dealing one blow after the next to the Russians. So next time it's, well, not next episode, but Coming up soon after this series, it's going to be taking up time to be the Russians, take control of their submarines, and start sinking Western boats. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you soon for more videos.